Our beautiful blue planet, a delicate balance of life, teeming with oceans, forests, and billions of people going about their daily lives. But what if, in a single instant, everything changed? What if every nuclear bomb on Earth exploded at the same time? To understand the magnitude of this terrifying scenario, we first need to grasp the sheer scale of nuclear weapons. Since their inception, nuclear bombs have been one of the most powerful and destructive forces known to humanity. But what if we unleashed every single one of them simultaneously? According to the Federation of American Scientists, there are approximately 1,380 nuclear warheads on Earth today. These weapons are spread across the arsenals of 9 nations, with varying yields, ranging from tactical nukes of a few kilotons to strategic warheads of several megatons. But to truly comprehend what would happen if all these bombs detonated at once, we need to explore the science behind nuclear explosions. Nuclear bombs operate on the principle of nuclear fission or fusion, releasing an immense amount of energy in a very short period. When a nuclear bomb detonates, it triggers a chain reaction, splitting atoms and releasing energy in the form of heat, light, and radiation. The energy released from a single nuclear bomb is divided into several components. The blast wave, which demolishes structures and causes widespread destruction. Thermal radiation, capable of igniting fires and causing severe burns, ionizing radiation, leading to long-term health effects, and the electromagnetic pulse, EMP, which can disrupt electronic devices over a wide area. Now, imagine all of this happening simultaneously across the entire globe. Let's start by imagining the initial moments after every nuclear bomb on Earth detonates. With over 13,000 warheads, we are talking about a combined yield equivalent to several hundred gigatons of TNT. The immediate effect would be a series of massive explosions across the planet, with the largest concentrations of nuclear detonations occurring over major cities and military installations. Within seconds, hundreds of cities would be obliterated. New York, Moscow, Beijing, London, Tokyo, all wiped off the map in an instant. The combined blast wave from these detonations would level everything within a vast radius, flattening buildings and infrastructure. The heat from these explosions would ignite massive firestorms, spreading rapidly and consuming everything in their path. Entire regions would be turned into infernos, with temperatures reaching several thousand degrees Celsius. The firestorms would create their own weather patterns, generating hurricane-force winds that would feed the flames even further. But the destruction wouldn't stop there. The simultaneous detonation of every nuclear bomb on Earth would have far-reaching consequences, far beyond the immediate blast zones. The atmosphere would be filled with an unimaginable amount of radioactive fallout, particles of irradiated debris, dust and ash thrown into the stratosphere. These radioactive particles would spread around the globe, contaminating air, water, and soil. Radiation levels would spike, leading to acute radiation sickness in those who survived the initial blast. But the most devastating effect would be the onset of a nuclear winter. The massive fires and explosions would eject vast amounts of soot and smoke into the upper atmosphere, where it would remain for years. This soot would block out sunlight, leading to a dramatic drop in global temperatures. Crops would fail, ecosystems would collapse, and the planet would be plunged into a deep freeze. The nuclear winter would last for years, possibly even decades, making large parts of the Earth uninhabitable. For those who survived the initial explosions and the ensuing nuclear winter, life would be a constant struggle for survival. The infrastructure that supports modern civilization, food production, healthcare, energy, communication, would be utterly destroyed. Societies would collapse, and the survivors would face a world of scarcity, radiation, and extreme weather. The long-term effects of global nuclear war would be catastrophic. Radiation would cause widespread genetic mutations, leading to a rise in cancers and birth defects. Ecosystems would be permanently altered, with many species going extinct. Humanity would be reduced to small, scattered communities, struggling to adapt to the harsh new reality. But is there any hope for recovery? History has shown us that life is resilient. In the aftermath of a global nuclear catastrophe, it is possible that some regions of the Earth could eventually recover. Over time, the atmosphere might clear, and temperatures could slowly return to normal. Vegetation might begin to regrow, and ecosystems could start to stabilize. Humanity, too, might find a way to adapt and rebuild. Survivors could form new communities based on cooperation and sustainability. Technologies could be developed to decontaminate radioactive areas and restore the environment. But this recovery would be slow, taking decades, even centuries, and the world would never be the same. In recent decades, there have been significant efforts to reduce the number of nuclear weapons and prevent their proliferation. Treaties like the Non-Proliferation Treaty, NPT, and the New START Treaty have helped to limit the spread of nuclear weapons and reduce existing stockpiles. But the threat of nuclear war remains. By promoting diplomacy, dialogue, and disarmament, we can ensure that the nightmare scenario of a global nuclear catastrophe never becomes a reality. So, what if every nuclear bomb on Earth exploded at the same time? The answer is clear. It would be the end of the world as we know it. But it doesn't have to be this way. The power to shape the future is in our hand. Thank you for watching AstroScience. If you found this video thought-provoking, make sure to subscribe and share it with others. Let's keep the conversation going and work together to build a safer, more peaceful world.